Hi, I'm Dane, and these are Balanced Body Podcasts. We're at my studio, North Star Pilates Solutions in Buffalo, New York, and this is Nancy. And Nancy's going to be demonstrating for us today Russian splits on the reformer. So I'm going to have Nancy stand on the carriage here. So whenever you have somebody stand with both feet on the carriage, it's good for you to stabilize the carriage just to make sure it doesn't go anywhere. And then from here, I'm going to have Nancy bring both hands onto the bar. And then she's going to bring her left foot on the bar, and then just gently hop her right foot back to the shoulder rest. So her heel is up on the shoulder rest, and her toes are down on the carriage. Now, depending on the flexibility of the ankle and toes of your athlete, you may not be able to get their heel up that high. So you can gauge where their heel is on the shoulder rest by the flexibility of their foot, and they'll let you know. Right, so from here, I'm going to have Nancy come to a standing position carefully. My foot is still holding the carriage in place until she feels completely stable here. So once she's stable, then I'm going to move into a position that puts me at the best place to spot her just in case she loses her balance. Whenever you do any standing work on the reformer, always be sure that you are close in a position where you can spot the athlete that's on the equipment. Right? So I'm going to take my foot off the carriage, and Nancy's going to maintain a nice, long, tall spine here. And from here, she's going to take a breath in, and as she exhales, she's going to straighten out her front knee and press her body and the carriage back. Inhale as she bends. Good. So the spine is staying tall, abdominals are drawn in to connect rib cage to pelvis, and what we're looking to do here is lengthen through that front heel and then bend that front knee. So the work is coming from the back leg to stabilize so that the carriage and the body move as one, and then the front leg is working to move the carriage and body back into the spring tension. Good. And come on in and pause right there. So now what I'm going to have Nancy do is go into a split. So she's going to straighten out the front knee. Good. And then now, keeping the front knee straight, she's going to exhale and reach into that back leg to press the carriage back. Good. So with that straight front knee now, this becomes a lot of work for that back leg, the glute and hamstring on that side. Now, depending on the spring tension you use, heavier spring will be more work to push the carriage back with the right leg in this case. A lighter spring means the carriage will move easier, but you get a lot more stretch in the hamstring of her front leg. So again, depending on what you're aiming for with your athlete, you can change the spring tension to get different results out of the movement. Good. And come on back in. You okay? Do you need to take a break? Or are you all right?
I'm okay.
Good. So now what we're going to have Nancy do is a back leg lunge variation. So she's going to press back into about half a split. Good. And then from here, just bend the back knee and then exhale and reach back into that carriage again. Good. Huge amount of work for the quadricep on the leg that's bending. Lots of stability in that front leg, lots of stability through center and lengthening through the spine. So this is a tough exercise to do with anybody with any knee issues, so beware of that before you put them into this movement. But this is a fantastic exercise for lower extremity strengthening and stabilization. Last time for me, please. Good. Now to come out of the movement, bend your front knee. Good. Bring both hands down onto the bar. Good. I'm going to put my foot back on the carriage, and you can step down off the bar onto the carriage and go ahead and step down onto the floor. Great. So always making sure that you're in a position of good stability to spot your person on the reformer, because you never want to be out of position if they lose their balance at all during that exercise. And when mounting and dismounting from the reformer, always make sure you keep your foot on there or your hand or whatever you want to do to make sure that that carriage is stable while they're getting on and getting off. Again, this is Russian splits with a front lunge and a back lunge variation, and great for lower extremity strengthening and alignment. Thanks for watching, and I hope you enjoyed.